I'd first like to take a moment and introduce the President and CEO here of the Center for Rural Development, who's been our most gracious host this 2 days for this training. As I mentioned, both to our local media folks and on a national basis, we've not really had the opportunity to reach out to rural America to conduct these types of training across the country. And you do sit back at times and scratch your head and wonder why, with the number of school-related violence and the incidents that we've had in schools across the country. A great many of them are not happening in New York, Philadelphia, Miami. A lot of them are occurring on campuses in rural America, affecting our kids. Yet, our law enforcement agencies and our school districts try to do a whole lot with a little. And so if it's not for centers like this, the Center for Rural Development, we might not be able to carry out this important mission. And one of the driving forces here in bringing us here is Mr. Lonnie Lawson, the President and CEO here. So help me and join me welcoming Mr. Lonnie Lawson, President and CEO.
Well, as I told you when we started the conference yesterday, I was just thrilled to be able to bring this type of event to Somerset, Kentucky. And it is not a Somerset, Kentucky event. It is a regional event. We've got folks from all over the country. We are extremely fortunate to have a special guest with us today, Congressman Hal Rogers. And Congressman Rogers is actually the visionary leader that was behind the creation of this place, the Center for Rural Development. Started this planning way back in the mid-1980s. And the reality is now we've got programs out there helping people in rural America all across this country because of his visionary leadership. He was elected to Congress in 1980, and he's had a long history of identifying challenges in his congressional district and then bringing people together and working on a solution for it. He's created several organizations that have fought some of those challenges that we faced here in southern and eastern Kentucky, in addition to the Center for Rural Development. We have the PRIDE program, which is an environmental cleanup initiative that covers the entire region of southern and eastern Kentucky, and it's a model for other areas. Other congressmen are constantly talking with him about how can I do those kind of things in my district. We have the UNITE program, which fights the devastating effects of drugs on our young people. You see a lot of that in this school safety material, is what drugs are doing, causes a lot of the other issues. Congressman Rogers has taken on that challenge and is fighting that challenge every single day. We have Forward in the Fifth, which is taking on the educational challenges for our people in our region. That was one of the very first organizations that he worked on and was able to put together a group of folks, talk about solutions to education, and Forward in the Fifth was formed. We have Southeast Kentucky Economic Development Corporation, whose sole focus is supporting businesses trying to create jobs in this region, and they've done a phenomenal job in creating jobs, bringing in new businesses or existing businesses grow and expand. We have the Tour SEKY, Tourism Initiative, which is trying to raise the tourism awareness throughout this region. And then the last one is the National Institute of Hometown Security. There's a lot of research that goes on throughout these college campuses. How do you take that research and put it into real world situations? And Congressman Rogers led that initiative and created that organization. So as you can see, he does a lot of things for this region. He loves his home region, and he just happens now to be the appropriations chair, which I think has been one of his goals throughout his professional career. But we are so thrilled and honored to have Congressman Rogers here. Congressman, we'd like to invite you up. I think these guys have an award they would like to present to you.
I just want to say a few words about Congressman Rogers, especially being from Florida, where I come from, Sarasota, Florida. And you've heard all the accolades from Lonnie about the congressman, but I have to tell you, being from Florida, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, and just exactly how much of an issue our state is dealing with prescription drugs in Florida and the influx of drugs into our schools in Florida, and the relationship between our young people's ability to learn and become educated and productive adults, and the tie-in and the connection to the drug problem we're experiencing in the state of Florida. Well, several days ago, I picked up the local newspaper, the Herald Tribune here in Florida, and I read where the headlines were, out-of-state congressman supports Florida's push for a prescription drug tracking bill. And I went on to read that it was Congressman Hal Rogers who is supporting our efforts to pass and maintain our prescription drug tracking bill that our current governor is trying to repeal. And I have to tell you, not only was I honored, but you received accolades from all across the state of Florida for your efforts. And because I know folks understand, if we don't do it in Florida, it's impacting all of you. And you have led the charge nationally for keeping kids safe and understanding what they do. So across the nation, the School Safety Advocacy Council recognizes individuals who have made efforts to keep young people safe in schools. And it's my great honor today to present the 2011 National School Safety Award to Congressman Hal Rogers, United States Congress, 5th Congressional District, for your years of dedicated service, commitment, and action to reduce both school violence and substance abuse. Presented here March 2011 in Somerset, Kentucky.
Well, thank you so much for that recognition that will go on the wall and stay there a long time. And when you see your governor down there, tell him to fund that bill. 89% of all the oxycodone prescriptions in America are written in Broward County, Florida. 89%. There are more pill mills in Broward County than McDonald's. In Kentucky and all the other states on the Interstate 75 and 95, send busloads, the drug pushers send busloads of people to Florida, to Broward County. Run them through those pill mills, drive through. Everybody on the bus gets a huge quantity of oxycodone pills, brings them back up here, and the drug pushers take them and kill our young people. We have 3 people a day in Kentucky dying of overdoses of this medicine, most of them young people. So I told the governor, you're killing my people. I will not stand idly by. And I assure you we will stop that flow, whatever it takes. I noticed in the paper today, that yesterday a doctor from that area was convicted in Eastern Kentucky federal court for doing just what I've told you about. It's a horrific thing. These are crooks. These are thugs. And they're financed by the big drug companies and apparently the governor of Florida. So those of you from Florida, make it work. Thank you for this. I appreciate you so much.